All right. So good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, welcome to class
Yeah,
three,
good
right?
evening, sir.
Yeah, this should be the third class, right? This should be the third class, I believe. Welcome to class
Yes, it
three.
is.
Yeah, class three of UI UX April cohort 2025. Wow. Yeah. So today, I don't want to have a brief recap of what happened in the last two classes. I was able to watch the video of last class. I actually watched the video. Yes, I watched the video without sleeping. Yeah. So I wanted to make sure that everything was covered. So I realized that we spoke about this introduction to Figma. We've covered research, user research, personal, knowing, carrying out research methodology, how to build personal, talking about knowing your user. We spoke about design thinking process, where we spoke about where you empathize with your user, then you ideate, of course, define your problem, ideate, build a prototype, and you test. We spoke about that. We also did in the last class, Rachel did a introduction to Figma, where she showed you guys basic tools in Figma, how you understand what Figma is, and showed you couple of things, right? That was what she did in the previous class. Then then what else? She spoke about she did variables with you guys, right? Hello?
Yes, she did.
She did
I can
variable.
hear you, sir.
How many of you remember know how to build variable? Welcome, Melinda. How many of you remember how to build variables? How many of you know how to create a variables and what variables does? What's the function of variable? So can you guys hear me? Who want to explain what variable is?
Okay, so actually, she taught the variables, but like she didn't really like explain in depth. She just like gave like a brief definition and some uses like they say you want to create another form of something. So like for example, she used the button in last class. So it's like that is what I feel the variables are like to kind of use and make another form of an already existing component.
All right. Okay. So Ahmed, do you guys want me to touch variable again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes, briefly.
All right. Let me share my screen too. I'm going to use screen two for. Okay. So I reckon you're seeing my screen, right? Okay. So this is, of course, you guys know how to set up your Figma already. So I'm just going to I'm just going to create a frame. For the context of this class, we are going to use desktop. So this is desktop frame. Now I'm going to give this any color. Say maybe I'm just going to use a, a much brighter color so that you guys can see from anywhere you are joining it from. I don't want you to see the color. That's why I'm using, sorry, I thought that. Okay, so let's use this color so you can see. It's delicate. Now, what variable is called reusable component. Reusable component. The reason why it's reusable is because just like component, um, let's assume we want to build variable on our. I'm going to build variable using a button, like I think she used button in last class. So I pick a frame here. This is what I did there. I pick a frame, which is this. I'm going to this is a frame. I gave the frame a fill just so I can see the frame. Then once I did what I want to do right now, so that you can see my screen very well. This I want to do variable for color, call it in text rather class one. Please look at my screen, everybody. Just make sure I can zoom it out. This is class one. Carefully look at this. Now, because I'm going to work on so many screens, instead of picking a text like this is interregular 48. And I know that I might use this as my, maybe I might use this as my heading, or let's say I want something a bit bolder for my heading. Let me remove this frame anyway, so that you can see better. Now, yes, I want to use this, let me just write something. Welcome to class 3. Yeah, 2025. Now, let's assume this is what I, let's assume this is what we want to do. Now, this is the text I want to use in like so many screens. This is like we have three screens, you understand? Then instead of having to do this text on every screens that we are, can you guys hear me? Instead of having
Yes,
to
sir.
use the same text in every screen, that this assume I have over 50 screens and I am going to use the same text maybe in this. Instead of having to use this screen text on every screen, what I'll just do is to make this text a reusable component, a global variable. That's what I'm doing. So what I do is to give this text, assign a variable to this text, so that even if when I come to the master variable and make changes to this, it will affect all the screens that this variable has been called. For instance, I'm going to call this variable header. So to create a variable, what I'll do is to come on this for apply styles. These are what we call styles. Are you guys seeing the screen? Come on,
Yes,
apply
sir.
styles. Come on, apply styles. After you've highlighted the text, apply styles. You see, I don't have any variable, so it's not showing me anything. I'll click the create style, the plus button. I'll call this header one. Okay, let me call it main header text. One of the things you need to realize is that you always try as much as possible to give a name that anybody would understand in your team. Because most projects you don't work alone. So you give it a text, you call it a main header text. You can choose to describe it if you want to. This text is to be placed on hero session. Hero session. In web design, it's what we call hero session. By the way, hero session is like the landing page, the first thing you see most times. So that's hero session. So I'll place style. You don't need to write description, but sometimes I like to write it if I'm working with in a larger team so that I can explain. So that in case someone pick up, know how to apply each of the text. So I'll press style. Now I've created a style for the text, right? So what I've just done right now is I've created a style for the text. So if I now click on a second text, call it, let's say this one will now be you here. Let me just say you are here. You understand? Now, if I click on the text, instead of creating another style, because I still want to reference this style that I created before, all I'm just going to, why not just say about us so you guys understand better. Now, this is the about us page, right? Let's say this is the about us page. Let me make it something relatable. This is about us page. So I'll just come here because I want to reference the same text. Instead of creating a new one, I will just click this apply styles and it will show me the text I created. So I'll call this. So that already automatically put this text. I had the same thing here. I call this contact us. Sorry. Let's say I call this contact us. So I'll click here, click this apply styles, right? Then make reference to the text, the variable I created for text. And you see what just happened there, right, guys? Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes,
No one is. No, you guys should answer me, please, because I really need to know that I'm talking to people.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are following.
It's clear,
All right.
sir.
All right. Now, what variable does is that it helps you to, this what we call style guide. There are style guide where you know that these are components you are going to be, elements you are going to be using in all your sprints. I wish I can, let me see if I can show you a project. I think I will use one project to explain something very big. No, this project is not launched. I can't show you that project. Hold on, please. Let me use this project here. This is already approved, so you can see it in case I take it. Okay, so see this project. Sorry, I'm just going to hide the grid system. Control G. Now check this project. This is about 66 screens, right? This is 66 screens for this project. Now, imagine that I wanted to make changes to all the text, all the places that all this text on this project. I will now go through all the 66 screens to make those changes. It may take sometimes 3-4 hours to correct them because of one mistake, or maybe the text was not that's not the text the project owner want, or maybe when we try to develop the project, we discover that it's not responsive with mobile, so we need to reduce the text size and everything. Imagine going on all the screens to do that. That's a whole lot of work, right? But all you just need to do is to go on your master component like this. Where did they call the text? Go on this place, click this text, click here, edit style. You edit it to the text size you want. Let's say I want it to be 120, and you save it. It will change on all the places you've called it, right? So it makes your work very easy for you. You guys understand what I just did there? They don't know how to apply
Hello,
it
sir.
now.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, right.
Okay, sir. Does it mean that as you increase this font size for this Welcome to Class 3 2025, it
Yeah. Yeah.
affects the others?
It affected others, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happened is, even if I change it on this about us, because it is the same variable, all I just need to do is to click on the text itself. When you see my cursor right now, just click on it. Once you click on it, it will show you this place. Click on this edit style, edit the style to what font size you want. So it's only once you do that, anyone you as far as you've referenced that style, it's a global scope. It will pick from anywhere you code it on this project, across this project. Is that all right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, now we can also create variables for colors. Can also create variables for color. Say this unit color is your major color for this project. Before we call 60-30-10 rule. Maybe we talk about that one in the next class. depending on who is going to take that. So I'm going with that. I think that's what they're going to do in the next class, by the way. So there's what I call 60-30 rule, where your primary color takes the 60 position, your other color take 20 and 30, then the neutral color take the 10. So you need to know how to apply, where to apply 60, where to apply 10, and where to apply 30. But that's going to be answer, by the way. So this is in this project, the team color is yellow, this yellow. Then you know that you're going to use it more often. Then one day, after you've done all the project like this one, see the team color, mostly this orange kind of. Then the person now come and says, okay, we've changed, we've rebranded. We are no longer using yellow. We are using purple. Then you've worked on this project of 30, 40 screens. And there's a project work on about 200 and something screens. Imagine that. Imagine that. Then someone else come and tell you, oh, we've rebranded, so there's no longer yellow. It's now purple. You can't do that. That's stressful. So that's why before you even start a project, we create what we call style guide. That style guide is to get all your color that you want, get all your get of course your some brands will have their brand guidelines, so they'll give you their guidelines. Some may not. So you want to create based on your conversation with the customers and the project owner or the project manager, depending on who you are interfering with. Then all you just need to do the same way you created style for text, you don't do the same thing for color. So I like the color. Go to apply styles or yeah, apply styles rather. Click on apply styles. They'll ask you if there's a style already to pick the style you have. If there's no style, you would create new one, new style. I'll call it theme color. I can rename it. I can give a description. This is the primary color with 60%. That 60% means this is the 60. I can do color based on. You can let me use this one based on 60, 30. Sorry, 60, 30. I'm correct here. 10 rule. So just so that the person who is working on it will know what you are trying to say. You may not have to explain if it is your project, but I would like to explain something just to make sure I'm doing everything. So now, if I click on this color now, you see it's showing me now that there's a variable. You can choose to detach it if I don't want to. You can choose to leave it there, but this is it. Now this one does not, this one only shows this color. So for me to call the same color, I'll just have to click on this apply style to show me that if someone has created color already, I have created color already, I'll just call this color. I will also come here, call this color. Then now, let's assume I want to do another color. Maybe there's another same color, say another same color, say red. I'm using this bright color, so everybody will say, this is another thing called red, and we are going to use this color for this project. All I will just need to do, come here again the same way, apply, and we call it um, theme color red. I may choose to, sometimes I may choose to, if I want to, I can choose to give it the color code because sometimes it may not really show, depending on how you call it, just so that someone will know what color code you use in case you want to, but you don't really need to. So now this is another expected another variable. So I have two variables. Now if you click on this, you see I have two variables, right? So colors. So you can choose to call them. So irrespective of the way I call, irrespective of the way I called sorry, wait, anyone you call this yellow project, once you go on the main one, maybe come here and edit color, change it to what color you want, it will change all the places you have them.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen what's happening, right? So once
Yes,
you
sir.
change it, it will affect everywhere you store that color. So it's quite easy and it's make it look very clear. Editing is not difficult, so you can focus on other things. And the same thing that happens, not just for variables. So variable is very easy to create. make sure that in every project you want to start, you first of all create a variable. You can then you create all the other colors. I think I have a plugin I used to create all the colors. So this assume I want to build, I want to work on project and I have 3 colors to work on this project. Let's say color one is I'm going to do I'm going to pick I'm just going to pick one color again, another color again. Color, this is a main color. I'll do another one. I will do another one. Because you may have some color that you'll be using. So I'll just click on this, go on my plugins. Where are my plugins again? Color palettes, yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on. There's a plugin I stumbled on which I feel like sharing with you guys. I've not used it before, but I really like it. I saw it somewhere. I'm trying to share, but I can't remember how I saved the plugin. And it was really nice to create color palettes. Where did I save that plugin? Mm, mm, Did I not save it? I actually thought I saved it. Image palette now. Oh, right. So I can't see the plugin, but the plugin really helped in creating color palettes for you. Maybe I'll check it. If I look at it, if I see it, I'll let you know in the next class. But it was really nice. It will help you create color palettes for you already, so you don't really need to stress yourself doing it. It was quite lovely, by the way. I think it's tint and shade. No, this is not it. I can't find it. It was just plugin I saw somewhere. Someone used it yesterday and I tried it. But for what now I save it. So it literally created color palette for you. It's just something I thought it would be nice for you to know, but I mean, we can't find how we save it. I've forgotten the name either. If I remember it, I'll drop on the comment for you guys. So the same way you do that, this is just for variables. So we've taught what you did before. You told me, what else did you do in the last class, guys? Let me check that. What else did you do in the last class, guys? Do you remember? Anyone remember?
So you repeat the question you asked.
I said, what do you remember what else you did in the last class?
Components.
Did
We
you
talked
touch
about components.
components?
And
Yes, we did.
constraint.
I didn't get that. Okay, let's look at components, by the way. So component is a reusable element. It's a reusable element. What I meant is, let's assume I'm going to delete this. I always like to start off, so I'll just pick a frame. Let's say desktop again. Yeah. Let's say we want to, let's say I'll just reduce this. Look at my screen, guys. We want to, let's say we want to, this is a menu bar. We want to build menu bar, right? And the menu bar has a button. Let's say, this is a button. You don't know what to call this button. You give it a feel. Just say white. Let's say we want to create a button with a menu bar that says um um request demo. Why is it showing this way? You know why it's showing this way? It always pick the last element you created. So I will detach the style, reduce it to what I want. I don't want it italic. I want it semi-bold. Let's say we do mm, let's say we do request demo. And we have another, let's say this is the main request demo, right? What did I do here? Yeah, let's say request demo. And we have this is for this color. Then we have we want to do
That's meant to be demo. You put an N.
demon. Did you mention demon?
We reject it.
Really? That's serious. I was laughing. Request demon. No, I think nobody should request them on there, please. They request demo, yeah. And we're talking about components, right? Let's say it's request demo, and we want in such a way that when you want to have a unified button, right? So if we have one button say request demo, we need another button that says um how do I call it? Request demo requested. Let's say demo requested. Depending on your let's say demo requested, right? No, this was not well done. I've not applied auto layout for to that, but I'll show you guys to do it later. So let's say demo requested and everything. You've done that, right, guys? Now, because we want all the button to be on the same size, irrespective of where it's being called on this project, we want to have a unified button. Everything has to be in the same together. Instead of always creating so many things, or let me not even use that one. Let's assume, let me do it this way. Let me use this scenario to explain. We want it to be let me over on this. It might change to the demo requested. Or we want in such a way that if you log in, it will tell demo requested. So what we don't need to do is to make sure that on this, we make this a component. So it just highlights on this project and see when you go up here, you see create component. If you create component, it will automatically change to blue, this blue that you're seeing here. Then that is primary component. Then you create an instant, which is add variant. That is true. Let me just see if I can bring this thing down so all of you will see it. This is it. So this one is called menu requested. I think I should probably use this one. It will explain better. And you so that you know how to apply it. Memo requested. All right, I'll answer that question later. So this is demo requested. And in this place now, this is the right way to explain what I just did now. In this place now, this is the menu. Let's say we have home, about, contact us. Let's say we have this, and we have logo here. We have logo here. Now, in this place, we want to put demo request demo. To call your component, I will explain that question later. To call your component, I will come here, see where I wrote, see where the assets. Are you seeing where there's asset on your left side?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, yeah, asset. Click on the asset. It will show you all the components and that have been created here. So I have one component. If I open it, I will drag this component to this place because that's where I want it to be. Now, remember when I created this component, I also created an instance, a variant. It's called instant of this. And the variant was called, let me rename it. Act number 2, always make sure you rename it accurately. Demo requested, re- the default request demo. So now, this is what I just call request demo. But ideally, when a user sign in, we want it to change to demo requested, right? Or we want it to change to the username. Let me say, or or that's the person that we want it to show. This is when I created the demo instance, right? I don't remember I did something I did not explain to you guys. See this plus sign?
Yes, sir.
That is how to create another one. Let's say Melinda. Um, Yeah. Yeah. So I did not apply auto layout. That's why I did not centralize. But we talk about that later, by the way. So now, let's assume when you log in, we want it to change to we want it to change to the name of the user. So because we've created a component, we just come here, click on this place, and change it to variant 4, which is Melinda, because it's Melinda that logged in. You guys understand what I just did?
Sorry, sir, where did you click on
Okay.
to
See
get
where you have
Melinda?
see where we have variant 4. See where we have variant 4. Have you seen it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. See this place. That's why I was telling you, better you rename it. You always name your file accordingly so that anybody can always understand what you've done. So this is a rock. So now if you click on this place, you see which of the instance I'm on, which is Melinda. So take a property one. So I will just choose here. If it's not Melinda I want to rock, I will choose a rock. Once I click on a rock, it changes. This thing will help you when you're building prototype.
Okay, I have a question.
Hold on. So let me respond to one question first. Someone asked if you see the same person. Someone asked so much. I have a question, sir. Please, what's the significant difference between components and variables? So that is an interesting question. I'm looking for the right way to answer it because components work mostly with button parts, um button parts. What else? Mostly buttons are parts. Mostly when you want to do when you want to use what I call it interactive design, your prototype. You know when you want, imagine I don't want to go there, but it's there. Let's as when I hover on this page, it change to black. On your design, you can do that. And if I hover on this thing, it changes to black. You know when you go to a website and you see that you hover on something to show that you've hover on something, the color change and everything. You use components to do that. One of this can be, you guys are going to give me to that place where I don't want to go today. One of them can be red, one of them can be this. Let's assume I want it when you go over here, listen what just happened, right? I want it when you over on it to change the color. I will use prototype. No, I'm not going to that place. Otherwise I'll come back. All right. We will not cover our syllabus for today. So if I want it to change to maybe black or white, that's why you do components. So that means there will be another instance for a rock which will be white this time, so that when I over on it, when I over on it based on my interaction, instead of this to come up, this one will come up. But by this is the one that is showing. So this is what components would do for you guys. That's more like for interactive design. That's basically what component does. It helps with interactive design. It also helps to maintain consistency with your how do I call it, with your design, your button. Because if you're having to create button on every page you might not be able to stay consistent, right? Also, let's assume on this page now, let me show you one of the page. Let's assume I want to call, I've done my head and I want to do another frame, call it desktop, and I want to, okay, lovely. Okay, see, this is menu one, right? Let's assume this is your own menu. Let me use this one as an example. This is another thing I can show you. Whoever asks that question, look at this. See, this is menu one, right? This is where you have logo. As this is your active state, which is red, right? If you get the color combination, this is the active state, which is red. Now you want it in such a way that when the customer or user moves to about the story, you you make this a component. You can frame this, convert this to frame. Our frame selection, and turn it to create component. I call it I call it after I've created component, I create a frame. Sorry, and a variant, which is this. So we have two. The second one is about, and the first one is on, which is default. On. So that means when a customer moves moves to the about us page. Also, this one should be the about us turn will become the active page. Active page. This one will turn back. Right. Did I do anything? Okay. Right. You understand what I just did there? Right? So component will need to achieve that as well. So instead of having to create this thing one by one on every page, you just need to do is on this page, I'll come go to assets and call the menu that I want to use. This is the menu I want. Then on the second page, which you don't duplicate this page, instead of if I call the same menu, sorry, let me not negate. If I call the same menu, this one around, this is the about us page. I will just come here and change it to about us. Do you understand what I just did, right? You guys should answer me, please. Do you want another
Yes, sir.
explanation?
We understand what you did, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's assume you're working on 45 page. Let's say a basic website with one page about us, contact us, blog, and then maybe what we do. So on each of the menu, like this, the active page is what you want. So you will just create instances on all of this. Let's create another instance, create another one. Let's say 5. Come, you call this one contact us. Call this one blog. I don't think we have blog there. So maybe we add one. Maybe I don't think we have blog. So we call it contact us. How many did I create for? So we don't need that one. We remove one. I'll remove one. Yeah. So call this one about us. It's even 3. Sorry, let's just stick to 3. So we call this one variant 3 is contact us. So what we're just going to do is that this is about. So if I create another page, if I get another page and you get another page, I'll just come here, change it to contact us. So it will change the contact us to the default one, which is this. Yeah, yeah. That's why I like to get style. So I'll just use style and change it. So it's easy this way, right, guys? Do you understand? So that's basically what component does. Component is almost like it's a variable, but it's not a variable. So component style guide is still a variable depending on how you apply it. But most times they use components for interactive design.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, someone wanted to ask a question. Go ahead, please. Someone wanted to ask a question.
Okay, sir. My question is, this component that you've created, like the request demo requested and all, to be on this screen as it is, like
Your
your
line, your line
canvas,
is
is it going
your
to
line
remain
is
there
breaking.
or this?
Sorry,
Hello, can you hear me better now?
I can hear you now. Yeah,
Okay, my question
yeah, I can
was,
hear you.
these components you've created, these
Yeah,
components you created, are they going to remain here on this screen like this? Uh,
no. So
the way
no,
it is on Canva.
no. So what you mean by this screen? Is it this project itself, or on forever on your workspace?
On the workspace.
On your workspace. So even if when you are done with this project, you can use that same component for another project, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, no, no. I mean, as it is now on this
Okay.
page.
Okay, on this page. So what I normally do, this is how I work. Let me show you. So this is how, check my screen. I created a page for all the components that I will use. All the components I will use. You understand? You understand what I just did there, right? We created a page for
Okay.
all the components I will use. so that I don't make my work untidy. It's because I'm trying to ease a class. We're not doing anything. So I will just do myself, create a new page, call it component and maybe style. Because I normally do styles. I'll show you how to do it. Like when I mean style, like the text that you saw, the way I created the text style before, I create them somewhere. I will just put all my components there. Let me say I want to create a text guide for mobile device. Let's say I'll do data one. Data one, I'll do data two. This is, I think, thank God I not even imagine what I would have skipped. Sorry guys, I would have skipped something very important. Data two, data three, data four, five, and six. Basically, in most times, it's always H1 to whoever have a front end designer, you know, they have H1 to H6. So I like to do it this way as well. So in this, for most of the application, I think H1 would be let's stick to 16. Our H2 would be let's say 14. Our H3 would be let's say 12. Now let's do it this way. On H1, I want it to be bold. I'm sorry, bold. So what I will do is I will create a style for this. So I'll come here the same way I did before, apply press style and call it H1. I'll call it 16. I like to make so that the user will know what text size it was 16. This is H2. I'll do H2 is 14. I'll do H2 still in press guide H2. That's data 2. When I mean data 2, 14. So this one, I don't want it to be semi-bold. I want it to be medium. So I'll say data 3, 12, but medium. So the same way you apply a F3, 12. So what I've just done right now is that I've created a style guide so that somebody can just come in there and see everything you've done. This one, the last one was 12, right? Let's do, wouldn't be too small. Let's try 10. It will be regular this time around, all of them regular. So I create another one, H4, 10, regular. Right. So I'll do H5, just 10 I think I may drop it to 8, but that 8 is too small for it depends on how I want to apply it to. And it will be too small. So I'll stick to regular. So I'll apply H10. Sorry, H5. That was 8, right? Yeah. So that just to know, then I'll stick to regular again instead of I'll do 7 this time because 6 will be too small to use on the screen. So I'll do H 6, 7. So what I've just done here, guys, is that I've created a guide, right? I've created a guide just for your use for yourself. So this is where you create the style. So even if you come here and want to change, you can make whatever change you want to make. So instead of building it on this screen that I did before, remember what I did before, guys. So if you now want to call it, if you now want to call that variable, you can just come in there and call it whatever you want to. Let's say, who is on this slice? I like to use my student name slice. I want slice to be H14. It's small, by the way. That one was not for a texture, it was for mobile. H14. But so for this, let's try main header. This is slice. Let's say slice. Let's do something with slice. What's the easiest thing that comes to mind when you mention slice? Slice bread. Slice. I'm just joking. You hope you know. She's
It's
laughing.
okay.
Yeah, let me even make it worse. Because I don't think I slice bread. I don't think so.
Please, please don't
I
do
think
that
I
the bread
don't
can
again.
have
have slice.
That bread cannot be
That's an
sliced now.
abomination.
How is Agege and sliced bread in the same sentence?
What kind
Like
of
seriously,
combination?
that
Like,
combination
Yes,
is
it's an
awkward. Like
abomination. The
it's
uniqueness
an
is in the fact.
like,
abomination.
like,
Jeez.
but what the hell can do? Like, what if I think of that should not even meet level?
Hey,
Agege.
Jesus.
Because you find the essence of agege bread.
No, Aggi bread is okay for
It's
me
a
too.
statement against modernization. It is. It
As in,
is. It is.
so agege sliced bread forbidden.
That's
So,
the exact point.
yeah,
Even
agege
if
sliced bread.
Shoprite
So
make bread that is not sliced,
yeah,
we'll call it Agege bread.
this forbidden. Now we want to play with this forbidden. No, let's play with something. This forbidden. I don't like the. Want to use a different. Let's make it a bit forbidden. Let's make it a bit lovely. And maybe reduce the text just to make it. Yeah. So if you don't read it, I'm just playing with this is most time how you play with something. So now let's assume we're talking about components, right? Now I want to bring in the call to action here, a button here. So I'll just go on my assets again, guys. Asset component. Look for what component was it? This is the component we're looking at. I'll bring it here. This time I want it to be who would buy a gege bread for us? Melinda. Yeah, they want to buy a gege bread. Okay. So the color is not nice. So we can change this color because we are not seeing your this thing. So what do we do? This my combination. Not make sense at all. I don't want you guys to see it. By the way. Okay. Just so you guys can see something. So then we bring in one fine girl picture. Which fine girl do I have on my wife? Okay, let me go and check. She's the Let me see if I can bring a fine girl picture here. Let's see what we can do together. Then I'll use something. I want to use it to explain the next thing, which is called grid system, by the way. Grid system. That's where I'm going. So I work without grid. So you guys will see how awful the design will now look when the developer sees your design. That's what I'm going to, by the way. So I want to bring in fine girl here. Um, mm, what fine girl do I have on my this thing now? Um, mm, mm, what's the fastest fine girl to see here?
Titi.
Okay. So let me see if
Someone
I
mentioned
have it.
Titi.
I have it. Titi, where's Titi? Yeah, that's true. I have Titi's picture. No, but Titi is not a fine girl. She will kill me. Titi, are you on this call? Hope you know you that. Titi,
You guys will settle it later.
we settle it later. You know, she know will pay me.
Sam, yes, sir.
You know you that, right? I said, yeah, I fine girl, don't mind them. They did not say well. Yeah, so I brought
I'll
the
talk to the
most
management about your payment.
so I brought the most beautiful girl on this picture right now. But how does it go with slide bread? No, let's use Titi. How does it go with Agege Gabriel? Let's use Titi. No, Titi, I have your picture.
Yes.
Your picture will go well because I use Agege Gabriel. Now, I want to use this to teach you guys something else, by the way. Grid system. Imagine how this design is awful. Imagine how awful this design is. Or how you look handsome, beautiful, whatever we want to use, depending on who look the design, right? Now, for us to make your design responsive or make your design professional, in case when you send it to your developers, they will know that it was a professional person that did this design. There's someone that knows what he's doing. All you just need to do is to make sure that you apply grid system. Since you touched grid last time, so I want to just bring it up. Grid. What that does is that it make your elements align to the same margin and padding. So now what we're going to do is no, we are not on developers mode here. You say margin and padding. Just click on your frame Yeah, see what I'm doing now. Click on your frame. You will see layout grid. Have you seen this thing, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That layout grid. That layout grid is for when you click on it, by the way, let me just click and you see what that layout grid. You see what just happened, guys. See by default it will be grid made of grid columns and rows. But when you're working on website, mostly you use column, change it to column. And website has a column of 12 count. Take note of this. Our website has a column of 12 count. That's anything. So it can be 3 times 3, which is 12. Sorry, am I correct? 3 times 4, which is 12. It can be 4 times 3, which is 12, which can be 4 times 4 times 3. Yeah, it can be 2 times 6. It can be 6 times 2. What I'm trying to try to be evenly arranged. But so that's why website is being given 12 column. So you change this thing to 12. Then I prefer to use center. It's my ideal. And I'll change the width. I'll change the count for website. Then I share a document with you after this. Just let me set it. I have the document anyway. Hold on. Yes, I have a document here that talk about that. Yes, I have a document that talk about that. I can share the document with you guys later. Is the recommended size for each of the grid setting you need. So for desktop, the tablet here this is the container size you want. Then these are the grid system. Standard column 12, like I said earlier, your gutter spacing should be 24 to 32. So let's go to and see gutter. Gutter. Under gutter, we have 24 to 32. I'll use 28. That's what I normally like to use. Your width, what did they say we should use on width? Let's see. Your width should be, margin should be desktop 80. So let's try 80. Your width 80. Okay. Now this is fine. Now what this system does is to let people know where your last element should stop. Now ignore this one. Because this one already adjusts your frame. So imagine see where your agege slice bread forbidden is. It's not nice. So that means your design will not be responsive to all screens. So in this, for the context of this design, I want us to stop. Our last element should be to this line, right? So I can use this is what this system does. It helps you to know where you place your last element to for unif not that no graphics. I think they understand what I'm saying. So they make sure that your this is where your last element is. You can choose to position it in the middle, but this is it. If you want to position it in the middle, use this one. You understand, right? You guys understand the little tips, right? It's just simple understanding.
No, no,
So this, you understand?
no, I understand, sir. I understand, sir.
Any question, guys, before I proceed? I
No,
have it.
no, 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 for now, for now.
Okay. Oh, he said the picture is too fine for a forbidden braid. Titi, Titi, you don't blow. You have blown. Okay, so well, that's funny. Picture is too fine for a forbidden braid. Okay, um, so we should change this. We should change this now to which one now? What should we change this agege slice bread to? But that's the fun of it. Let's leave it agege slice bread forbidden. It's good. Um, I think we should make the design a bit finer, by the way. So you can also choose to hide this. You can also create, you can also create a style guide for your grid. Like on all the screens you are using, you use the same grid system, right? How you do that is go to your grid where your layout. This is it. I'm using this place, guys. See where my cursor is.
Yes.
I'll come here apply style. There's no style. I'll create a new style. I'll call it in project grid desktop because this is for desktop. So anytime I create a new screen, let's say another desktop, another desktop frame, I can just come here, in grid system, or apply the same grid, apply grid. So the same grid is applied to, is being applied to all the projects. So I know that all your frames have the same grid system. Did you guys see how I created that one? Right? Was that too fast?
No, it was fine. It was fine. We like it. We like it.
Okay, so that is it. So just easy. So the idea is to maintain consistency in your design across all the screens. So it's very easy, but you can also choose to hide your screen. If you're using a window Shift V, it will hide your layout rather. Or you click on this, you see no, I don't want to remove it. Use that one. Let me bring it, apply it first and see. I think there should be, yeah, that's it. So leave it up. Let's have it up. But Shift G. But let's make this design a bit lovely. It just somehow. What color do we use? Let's pick the color that we see.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, now what else do we do? The design is too plain. So we could say, why is she facing the other way? She's supposed to face what she's talking, the Agege page she's talking about. So we make her, I switch her picture, I twist it, flip horizontally. Let's move her closer to the Agege page so that to really show that we're talking about her. Okay, let's go with this. Well,
What about me?
let's do great. Let's do great. Okay, so now I'm saying that the good show that not the last in our picture. So it's a good. We are safe. I can choose to bring her here to give more space there. Sorry, Titi. Just today, just about you. At least you will not forget this class. That's the good thing. So now, I think we still think that it's not the background is too plain. We can do something with the background. Either we make it in gradient. What do you guys know? I'm not clear. I'm just showing you guys something on what I'm trying to apply with. How you can think. Let's take us to gradients now. Take note, gradients. So now, how do you apply gradient or color? I've shown you how to pick color, right? So this was the color we pick the color from our shade. We can pick the color again. If we don't select the color, we can pick the color. There's another darker shade of color here, which is somewhere here. That's not so nice. So we don't need that color. There's another shade of our color that is somewhere here. It's not so nice. So the bright one is better. Or maybe we
So
can
you can
even
move
try
this up.
some, yeah, we can even try something with our face. The makeup came out very well. So we can try to know what color did she use. But,
No.
because it's not complementing this color on the menu. So we cannot go with that.
Mm.
Just showing you guys little things. So let's try gradient. Now, how do we play with this? So I've shown you how to apply color. Anybody knows, is there anybody that don't know how to pick a color or choose a color on a project? Anyone that needs explanation?
Can you repeat that
No.
part where
Okay,
you actually took color from her face?
okay. The way I pick color from our face was easy. So when you click on, let's say you click on this element or any element you want to apply the color to, let's say I want to apply the color down to this white. You will see that by default you show field here. There's a field. This field which is showing the color that you've just highlighted. Click on the color. Then you see one thing here, sample color, or it's called color picker in context.
Mm.
Color picker. Pick this color picker. Go to where you want the color. Is it the color over here? Or is the color of a face, or is it the color of um a makeup that you want? Is it that I call it? Is it lip gloss here that you want here? You now want to see how expensive it was or how cheap it was. I'm just adding everything, don't mind me. You want to know what color, you want to see this thing, we just look at all the colors. Oh, this color is very nice. So you don't know what color. Maybe you want to go and buy the same color shade. How they call, is it color shade, ladies? What is it called? Is it color shade or color number? I think it's color number. Because my wife always when you go to buy some, you mention color, this color, what, I don't understand those names, so. But you have color number. So you pick what color number you want and maybe what color you want, so you now pick it up. So that it has changed here. Have you seen what I did? When I asked the question.
Yeah. I see. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's very easy. Yeah. Now, also, if you, let's assume you don't like this color, it's too plain. I'll make it a bit playful. So what you need to do is, that means the color may not mean, you click on the color, you see four icons here. You see one of them is called top solid, which is what we have now, is solid color. The next one is called gradient, which is taking us to the next thing, gradients. Now I click on gradient. We want it to be, we want to give it maybe something playful. So we pick on the first gradient color, which is this one, and we pick our color. Yeah. And the second one, maybe we want it a bit darker. What color do we want to make it a bit bright? Is it bright? What color would come out well? What color will come out well? What color will come out well? Let's try this. It's dark, but it's not. Let's try this. Now, it might not come out well. So the next thing, just gradients. If you want to add more color, just click on add more color, add more gradients, and you pick another one. Okay, it's coming out well gradually. Then if you want to add more color, just to make sure that you are getting something very, that's add more color. Okay, there's one color on our skate. If we pick this color, makes sense. So let's see how
Yes.
we see how we can make that color a bit. 100% is too much. Let's make it 50. Hope you guys know I'm just trying to play so that you guys will know how to apply these things. Do you really understand what I've just done there? Right? So if you don't like the color, if you don't like it, you can change it to, if you don't like it linear, you can make it radical. You can make it radial, rather, you can make it angular. You can make it diamond. But let's try linear for this project. Then if you don't like it to be from top, you can also adjust your frame to how do you call it? Adjust it to look from this way. Notice what I did there, right? I can explain that again. All I just did was to
Yes, sir.
undo, let me undo. See, when you take your cursor down, you see there's an arrow, and then this arrow show that you can choose to change it to whatever style that suits you. Whatever style that suits you. You can choose to reduce this. You can choose to make this one too very like, just play with them, because sometimes you may not really just play with whatever you want. Basically, just attempt to do whatever you can do with any project. It's the more you apply this project, this thing, these tools, the more you know how to use it. But we can't teach you everything, by the way. You can also choose to adjust it from here. You can choose to adjust it whatever you want from here if you don't want to follow my pattern. Well, I don't think I like this color. I'll drop the color. Drop this color. Let's just stick to this alone for now. So basically, that's how to apply gradient. Also, you can choose to add an image to the background of this text. And that let's say you want this to be actually, this field to be an image. When you click on this gradient, you will see image, add an image. So we want the field to pick up an image. Or let's use one image like that. And what image do I have here that can do? Literally none. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this image. Can I flip this image? Nice gradient there, by the way. Which one is better, guys? I think this one is better. Yeah, so that's an image. So I added image to the background instead of just solid, right? So you can add an image to the background as well. I'm not giving you guys too much.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We like the pace. We like.
Chuka, Chuka, calm down. Let other people talk. All of them are keeping
I'm
quiet.
sorry, sir.
Seriously, did
All of them are keeping quiet. Okay. But
it's
that's
actually
all
fine.
cool. But you guys understand what I've just done? So
Yeah,
we do a classwork. Who is with his
that's
laptop? Who is with his laptop right now? Everything with your laptop today.
Why don't you give us an assignment than a class work first? So,
We do an assignment, by the way. I actually have an assignment for you guys.
okay, fine.
We actually have an
Let's just
assignment for you guys, by the way. So I
let
think we should try something. I want us to do something else. So because I've actually covered what I wanted to do in this class today, I want us to try something else now. See this project, a student did design, it was very lovely. I want us to try it. I'll copy our project to our page today and see what we can do. Let's analyze what she did here. Okay, so the first thing she did here was let's analyze. I'm going to break out all these projects. We see what she did on group. Did she group them? Here, she grouped them. Okay, now that's not what I want. Okay, so this is the first thing she did. I'm just going to bring out all the elements she added to this. Okay, this is an image. What did she do? Okay, I'm just breaking out everything that she had on this project. What did she have here again? Okay, let's take them one after the other. So first thing was that she created a frame. You guys saw the frame. The frame was plain. So because the frame was plain, plain, she needed to add some texture, just making it look a bit nice, right? So she added all these shapes, like a motif kind of shapes here. So that's what she did. How did she create this shape? Let me show you how to create this shape, guys. We started a proper design now, so take note of what she's doing. It's all little things that you need to know. So yeah, I assume this was a round shape and she cut this. So what she did was to click on this place. And this was Eclipse. Now, for you to have a perfect square, hold your shift and control together and draw. All right. For you to have, I'll do it again. For you to have a perfect shape, hold your shift and control at the same time, then draw this. Is that okay, guys?
it's okay, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
that was what she did. That was what she did. Now let's see. This did not have a fill, but has a stroke of this color. So this is stroke. This is not fill. This is stroke. So we are going to hide. We are going to click on stroke. Remember, there's nothing inside here. This is not white. I'm thinking this is not white, right? Yeah, there's no fill. It's just a stroke. So let me make this. Let me apply variable to this color so I can use this color over and over again. So I'm just going to apply variable to this color and sample color. So that's what the person used here. So I call it sample color. Yeah. So what this stroke, we give it a stroke. The stroke by default will be black. So we change it to sample color. Sample color. It looks like this. Then we want to hide. Now when you click on this, by the way, have you noticed a point here? Have you noticed this point? Let me zoom. Have you guys seen this point?
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah, it is this point that she used to mess with this place. So what she just did was to click on that point. That was what she did. And she removed, either you click on this hide or you remove it totally.
Okay.
Then the point, the shape, I think it's 2. Let's try 2. What did she use here? 3. Okay, she used 3. So it's 3.
Okay.
Did you guys just see what I did there, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that was just
Sorry,
what she
please, I
did.
didn't understand it.
All right, I'm going to
Can
show
you
you
go
again.
over it again?
Yes, sure. I'm at your service, sir. So now,
Please, I did not see
first
what you
thing,
did.
yeah, I'll do it again. First thing is you create the person, this lady here, created a shape, a round shape. And to have a perfect round shape, you hold your shift and control,
Control.
and that will give you a round shape. Then,
Control while you drag your
then
mouse.
yeah, all the shift and control while you drag your mouse, yes, your mouse rather. Then the next thing was that the thing has a stroke, an outline in UI UX is called stroke. This outline, if you click on this stroke, it will give you an outline of black by default. So you click on stroke, it will give you an outline of black by default. And you change it to the color, which is what the color that she used, the color that is the sample color I created. Then by the time you take your cursor to the shape you created, you see a point called arc. You've seen it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
It's at that point that you hold the point to, if you want to drag up or you want to drag down. So in this context, she dragged it down. That was what she did. Yeah, she dragged it down. Then she removed the fill, this color, this dark color here, this color inside here. She remove it. And the way to remove it, either you click this right if you want to use it again, or you click this minus sign, which is remove.
Remove. Okay.
Yeah, you remove it. So you're now left with this outline alone. Now, in this context, you see that our outline is bigger, so you have to go and increase the stroke point to 3, which is the same thing she did there. Which was the same thing she did there. But I think my own is not the same size, by the way. That was the same thing she did there. So we've already we've solved this problem. Let me ungroup this, group them, ungroup it. We've solved this problem. We've done this one already, right? The next thing was that she
Yes.
did the same thing. She did something with this one. It's the same concept. The same concept. It's the same concept. So just click on the circle. Let me see if I click on the circle. This one was not that big. Click on circle, and what you do is do the same hold here. This time around, what did they do? How did it go? Okay, this one is round here, and she used this. Sorry. Ah, somebody giving me more points. I don't need more points. Okay, so what did she do? No starts.
She dragged from the angle.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I want to get the same size of shifters. I want to get the
Okay.
same size of our shift just to. Okay, let's see. I think this might help us. So what she did was no.
Give that in. Give that in. Not there, not there, not there.
She's not giving me what I want. Well, I'll remove it right away. What she did was this. I'll remove this one. We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you. Come on here. Come on. What's going on? So you can actually use pen. You can actually cut it out. By the way, I think she cut it, but I need to see what she did here. Let me see. Okay. Hold on.
Yes.
I think I figured out what she did here.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The same way you taught us to do the quadrants, the
Yeah.
first one, can't you use that same method to just do it
No,
round
if
until it becomes a quarter?
if you use the same one. I think I don't know. I saw where my mistake. I saw where I made my mistake. Sorry, guys. I just saw something. So I did not push it. I did not push it. I did the yeah. So what I did was I changed my arc. My arc. That's what I just discovered. And funny enough, I've not even noticed that before. So my yeah. So this is it.
Yes, sir.
So this is
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was
yeah.
asking.
This is yeah. So this is what she did. Yeah. I want to get that size. What for whatever reason, I'm just not getting her size. It's maybe the way I'm told. Hey, I think she did something like this, right? Is it? Yeah, and she flip it. Let's flip it. Yeah, I think that was what she did. So she flip it. Yeah, that was what she did. But for whatever reason, I was not able to get her. I think I'm not just able to get her design, but I know the concept. It's difficult for me to get her design. What did you do?
No, sir, you've
So you can
gotten it
flip it
already.
now. You
It's
can
just to
just
increase the size. Once you reduce it further, no, reduce it further, then increase the size of the entire cycle. Yes,
Oh, I think I
reduce
know what.
more. Yes, yes,
Okay,
reduce
this
more.
one was yeah.
Then increase the size of the entire thing.
Okay, don't worry, don't buy me, please. So basically,
Yes,
this
sir.
was what she did. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's not that we are not using the same side, but that was what she did there. That was what she did. Yeah, it's not the same shape side. That's why looking at it, I'm struggling. But basically, that was what she did. Yeah. So this one, she gave the few color, the same few color. I think she grouped them also. This one is also the same thing. This one is the same thing. This one is just good. This one is more of the 3 layers. Notice what she did there, right? She added the layer,
yeah.
yeah, sorry, and added
Mm.
another layer to this just to make it a bit design. So that was basically what person she did. And she did live in class, you don't mind me. I did not even pay attention to that, but then she brought the image inside here. Yeah, I showed you guys how to add image to right
Yes.
or an image inside there. So basically what she did was to make sure that the design is not very plain. It was too plain. So just do some one or two things. What she did. Just make sure the design is not too plain. Make it a bit add some element to your design. Add some element to your design. Just make sure it's not too out there. At the same time, too much element also make design too busy. So you have to be sure, you have to mind the way you add element to your design. And why every element should have a meaning, the reason why you need the element on your design. You can also make it square this way, depending on what you want to do. So I mean everything just to make sure that your design is not too too plain and don't give it some feel, some lift. Yeah, that was what she did here. Okay. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we did. I don't want to see what else. Anything you guys want me to touch? Any question, guys?
So
No, I'm still
please,
looking at the design.
Yeah, go ahead. Someone is saying something.
it's me, Slice.
Okay,
Please, I
slice.
Slide.
I did not get like how you imported that image, just the spec. Thank
Okay. This particular image was already on the project, but I'm only copy and paste. But on how to import an image, advisedly create a frame of the size of how the image would be. Maybe if the image is this size, create a frame of this size. Then when you create the frame, you see fill. This is the shape you created. Frame is better. I always prefer to use frame and shape just for except except it's round. Even if it's round, so I can convert it to frame better. But create a shape with a frame of this, then you see the image. Have you seen image?
Yes,
You're using
sir.
image. Yeah, you
Yes.
click the image. You click on image, then go and look for the image. Let me make you guys salivate a bit. Pizza. Yeah. So it's what we call image ratio. You have to make sure that the kind of image you're using fits into your design. This does not fit. I will not use it. So that you not say your instructor used it, so let me use it too. Let me apply a better image. So now when you apply, see this image. This is a bit nice, but I wanted to see something. Now don't ever drag image from this by the wing, by this side. Don't drag, don't drag any image this way. I'm just showing you something. I will do it. If you want to drag, either drag from top, drag here, here. Don't drag this way. It's not nice. No, what Figma have actually does sometimes done is that even if you drag it that way, it does allow you to Figma because you know that some people may sell slips. But Figma will make it still adjust proportionally, but it's not advisable to do it that way because you may distort your design. So what you do is when you click here, if it's not well fitted to your frame, what to do, you see this place called fill, right? You see fit, you see crop, you see fill. So if you leave it, just you can see crop you can adjust it to the size you want by the crop and enter. So it's already in the center, right? And you are good with your design. Apparently, this image now fits well with the design we're working on. Okay. What do you think about the image? It goes well. Right? Now there are so many elements that do not really go with it. So we take out some elements. Take out some elements, yeah. So this is it. You can pick the color if you want to use the color of a shirt, depending on what you want to do. I mean, just depends on what you want to do, guys. Any other question? What if you want the image to appear in a circular form? Just go on, pick a circle, go to fill, image. This is it. That's on a circular form. So it's not well that you just do crop and see if you want to bring it down or you want to reduce the size of the crop, want to reduce the size of the image, or you choose fit. So it's not very nice.
Okay.
So what you need to do, crop might be the best option. Sorry. And fill, then change it to go to crop and see how you can adjust it to your size. So this is okay. This is how you want it to be on the circular form. If you want it to be on, literally you can enter any form, any shape. You just create the shape. And don't mind I have pizza picture because and ice cream because I was working on something that has to do with pizza and ice cream website. That's what I'm currently working on. That's why. So you can just pick any of this. Is that okay? Any question? Any more question? Last Zoom, is that okay? Any question?
Not from my side. Thank you, sir.
Right. So I want us to do one more thing before we go to the assignment. Let's see what we can touch. Want us to design for page 2. Want to design for us today. I want to share the screen and I'll give you a task in class. Let's do it real time. Anybody bold enough to do that?
You want to go through what you are giving to us today?
Okay, of course, what I'm giving to you today. Yeah. Basically, I want someone to do it.
Uh,
Anybody want to do it?
Please, I have a question.
How
Mm.
much?
Okay,
Bring
so
bring your
does it
money.
mean that
Bring your money. Pay me Oluchi. Yes,
can I ask my question?
please. Yes, please. I don't mind. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
okay, so does it mean that for every time we want to paste an image or import an image, we have to create a what's this thing called a frame, or we have to put it in an element?
No, you can literally bring an image directly from your desktop or from wherever you save your image to. Let me see if I can bring one image. I'll just drag and drop. I've just drag image and I've dropped it. But I'll show you what happens. You see, it's not, you cannot control the image. The image is just the original size, so it's not okay. That's why if you want to place the image here, just create a frame, create a size, and make sure so that the image will fit properly to where you want it to be. Not just assume any shape, because this is already taking the how do you call it, shape that it was. I use AI to generate this image because I didn't want for copyright purpose. You have to also always consider that you don't mind pictures you use, because if it's not copyright free, I might sue you. Forget Nigeria. I don't say we don't really have that issue in Nigeria, but here is a very big problem. You pay thousands of pounds for copyright. So sometimes we try to use AI generated. But by the way,
Because they are so right.
mm, so just you don't have to, but if you want to control your image properly, then it's advisable that you create a frame or a shape to do it. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Any more question? I feel like doing something before we leave here. One more thing. One more thing to my design side. Let's see. Maybe I can just we've already done this. I'll remove this for this class. We've done this. What have we not done? Any recap? Anybody anything? Let's see. Maybe we do another um what's the time? Okay. Let me just check my to do what we're supposed to do. Any question before I introduce another topic.
No question. Yes, sir. We'll go through. We'll go through
Okay.
what you thought of that.
All right. So the next topic that we're supposed to do tomorrow is for sketch and wireframe. Sketching and wireframe. But I think I need to hold on to stop recording.
Okay, sketch.
Yeah, I need to stop recording. All right.